Having reached the postseason 7 of the last 9 years, Coach Gina DeRubo and the W&J Presidents are taking aim for a return trip to the playoffs. Last winter, the Presidents ascended to the PAC Championship game and the ECAC semifinals. With the extended playoff run, W&J attained big game experience.
Every game's a big game, but we didn't have that experience. It's a lot different playing for the PAC Championship than just playing a regular season game. So I think we know how to handle ourselves in those big games now.
With 4 of 5 starters returning from the President's 21-win campaign, there's a new deal of optimism surrounding this year's team. Of the returnees are seniors Kara Seaman and Chelsea Apke. Seaman is the point guard and unquestioned vocal leader of the group, a player the others turn to when times get tough.
She's the perfect leader, and that's why she's been our captain the past 2 years. She's good at telling us what we need to do, but also doing it in a positive way. She's just very outspoken, and she handles the ball well. She's been at the top of the assist chart for all the years she's played, so she's very unselfish, but now I think she's learning to take more shots this year, and we need her to because she has a good shot.
You know what, Kara is just such a great leader. She just has a presence about her. She has such a calming effect on our team. You know, she makes mistakes like every other player on the floor, but she just has the presence about her. The kids look to her so much, and she's a good decision maker, and she is such a calming presence with our team, you know, for whatever reason, that her leadership has just been fantastic. It has been for the last couple years, but this year, you know, she's doing a really great job of running the show for us.
An all-PAC first-team selection, Chelsea Apke is a versatile athlete who lets her play do the talking.
She's one of the best players I've played with. She just knows the game really well. I mean, she doesn't do anything flashy. She doesn't care if she gets the credit. She just goes out there and she loves playing. So she can take over a game for sure. So it's a lot of fun to have someone on your team to play with like that.
I mean, Chelsea, in all honesty, we always joke around. She could play anywhere on the floor, and I don't think that there's very many people that could match up with her. So she's a good asset for us to have, and she's just a lot of fun to play with, a lot of fun to watch sometimes.
After transferring from Division I Presbyterian, Apke led the PAC a year ago with 91 offensive rebounds and has averaged a double-double per game this season. Now in her second year with the Presidents, Coach DeRubo has challenged Apke to become more assertive.
Well, last year being her first season, you know, we had that conversation about how we had asked her to play a role that she wasn't really comfortable with, you know, being that dominant offensive player, the go-to player that every team needs to have. And it wasn't something she embraced immediately, that she felt really comfortable with. And coming back this year, she knew what the expectation was. So she just seems to have accepted that role and wants that role. And I think she's just kind of grown into that role where she knows if there's a shot to be taken, make it or miss it. You know, I think she's much more comfortable taking that shot, you know, make or miss. But she's played fantastic and steady for us so far this year. She's put up some pretty impressive numbers.
Making a giant leap from her freshman to sophomore seasons, 6'3" Latrobe product Val Dunlap developed into one of the best post players in the conference last year. Approaching her junior year, Dunlap continued her rigorous off-season workouts in the gym and weight room this summer, adding a jump shot to her game.
I'd like to be able to play a little more outside. Obviously, my strength lies on the inside, and I'll always play on the inside, but I don't want to be one of the post players that, you know, just stays in the key. I'd like to be a little more versatile, so I worked a lot on my shot on the off season.
Well, you know, we had that conversation. She made so many strides last year. She came in at the end of the year and was worried, Coach, you know, I'm going to work hard this summer, but I'm nervous I won't make as much progress. And I said, well, that's going to be difficult. Now everyone knows who you are. You know, people are going to focus on you and double team you. So let's add some different things to your game. Let's add, you know, more of a perimeter shot. Let's see if you can shoot the three, you know, to spread out the defense. So she spent the summer really working on those things and trying to add some different pieces, you know, to her game. I said, I don't expect you to go from 15 points to 30. You know, that might be a bit much, but just by adding some different pieces. And you're going to be the focus of a lot of people's defense. You just need to be strong and be steady and get other people points as well.
A dominating presence down low, Dunlap set the W&J single-season block record last season with 83 and corralled a team-high 283 rebounds. For her teammates, it's a delight to have Dunlap on the low blocks.
As a point guard, it's fun to pass to anyone that's 6 feet tall, but she brings a lot with just her height, and she works really hard. So I think teams this year are definitely looking out for her because they know they have to respect her, but she can really change a game when she's on.
It's really fun to play with her. I always enjoy playing with her. She's a really good post. She's like a lot taller than like most of the girls, so she can just dominate underneath.
A player who has made major strides from her freshman to sophomore seasons is Fort Cherry product Becca Belhai. After getting her feet wet in collegiate basketball a year ago, Belhai has added grit and toughness to the Presidents, averaging 18 points per game and contributing all over the floor.
You know, we recruited Becca to be the player she's having, the player she is right now. She, I think, struggled a little bit last year just making that transition to college basketball, coming from a small high school maybe, but she's having a great season, and Becca's just tough. I mean, she is the kid on our team that you don't want to mess with. You know, she's a tough kid. She'll get in your face if she has to, but she's just seems so much more relaxed this year. She kind of knows the routine, which I think is important for her, and she's having a fantastic season. She's putting up big numbers, and we see her kind of taking over Chelsea's role when she graduates. But the difference from last year to this year, really on the floor and off the floor too, she just seems so much more relaxed and kind of at home, that everything is much easier for her right now. We hope that continues for sure.
A perfect complement to what the Presidents can do in the paint is the run and gun ability of the Alexas, guards Alexa Berzis and Alexa Del Greco.
They're both great shooters. Alexa Berzis, when she's hot, and no one can really stop her. And Greg coming back this year, she's just a little ball of fire. She's fast. She can play good defense and get up and down the court. So just adds a lot of versatility to our team.
With a well-experienced group of starters and players off the bench, and the wisdom of a coach who has won over 300 NCAA games, the outlook of the 2013-2014 Presidents is a bright one.
You know, we just need to play consistent. We've put some great games together. That Carnegie Mellon game I go back to was just a great team game for us. We had so many people do so many things well. And I think if we play that way consistently, we're going to be really hard to beat. Thomas More, of course, is very, very good. And I haven't watched them on film yet. I've been avoiding it until it's game time. I haven't seen Sydney Moss play. So, you know, it's one of those things we just need to get everybody clicking on the same page. And we have a lot of different offensive weapons. So we need to just play together and, you know, be a little bit more consistent than what we've been. We've kind of been up and down a little bit, still able to win games, but we need to make sure that we're a little bit more consistent.